Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we'll be taking a look at 3 Imaginext sets from the Yeti theme. This is Ice Cannon Sleigh, Yeti Trap, and Yeti Mountain Guide. So the Yeti theme is a theme from Imaginext that is exclusive to Target. I have not seen it anywhere else, and I actually was able to confirm recently that the whole theme is exclusive to Target. So if you're looking for the Yeti themed figures, that is where you're going to have to go. So the first up here is the Ice Cannon Sleigh. As you can see, it comes with a Yeti and then this large ice cannon that shoots these giant snowballs, which is pretty neat. Taking a look at the back of the packaging here, it shows press the button to launch, and then there is a another vehicle sold separately that can hook onto the back, and then this vehicle can drag this sleigh cannon. I like this picture here for the theme. In this like frozen wasteland here, you have the Yeti temple. There's a super giant Yeti that is also available. The sleigh, this is the Yeti vehicle. Then there's like a human vehicle, the trap, and then there's the ice mountain guide that we're going to take a look at in a minute. So, very fun. Here it shows you the Yeti mountain, giant Yeti, Arctic catapult, Yeti trap, and mountain guide. I miss the days when the packaging used to show you the other sets available. Now they just show you those blocks of the themes. So that's kind of a bummer for me, but... So there you go. That is the Yeti Ice Cannon Sleigh. Next up we have the Yeti Trap. As you can see, it comes with another Yeti. Very different from the first. That's another fun thing about these. They're all very different in design. And this, when you push the red button, it springs on you like a bear trap. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And it shows that once again it can be hitched up to the other vehicle. And then here we have the Yeti Mountain Guide. This is a human that comes with this backpack, some snowshoes, a little log on fire, and a sleeping bag, which is kind of hilarious to me. And everything can fold up and go in his backpack, which is pretty cool. So we'll take a look at all that. So there you go. Let's go ahead. We'll get these 3 out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, I've taken them all out of their packaging. So let's start off with these figures. They look fantastic. I love these Yetis. Really, really fun. The heads do not move. They kind of look like they should be able to move, but they'd only kind of be able to turn side to side a little bit, so I don't really mind that they don't move. Nice big shoulder joints for the typical shoulder movement there. And then, of course, you have the wrist swivels and then the bend at the waist. He's got kind of shorter legs for considering how long his arms are. But really fun. Really, really neat. He comes with this kind of ice mace that has kind of this, like, I don't know, what would you say that is? Like maybe it almost looks like a fish, but it kind of looks, I would say it's kind of a fish. I'm not really sure what that is. But it's neat, and it's just a club or a mace that he can use, so go ahead and pop this into his hand here. I swear I can do this. I'm going to move the hand up, that'll make it easier. There we go. So pretty cool. I like that mace, that's fun. And then we have this Yeti that comes with the trap. And you can see that there's definitely, like, he's a lighter purple, he's a darker purple, and he's much taller. So I like that they gave all the Yetis, like, individual designs. It gives them their own personality, which I think is really fun. And kids will be able to use their imaginations to make up those crazy personalities. And this guy also gets a giant ice mace. This one's kind of a more traditional, like, club, which is really cool. So I love this. I love both. Oh, he dropped his mace. Come on, Yeti, you're better than that. There we go. So I love that. I love that they're so different in design. I think that's really fun. Alright, so let's take a look at their crazy contraptions. So first we have the sled launcher. You can see it looks to be made out of a tree stump, or just a large branch or something. I like the wood grain that's all kind of detailed in there. And then there's ice here. So you take this giant golf ball like snowball that you have and you just pop it in, and it kind of pops in there, and then you fire the red button. And it fires really well. And this is not so heavy, but it's got a decent amount of weight to it that you wouldn't want to fire this at your friends or family or anything. So be careful about that. But yeah, it fires pretty well. That's fun. The other cool thing is there is a spot on the side here to clip on his mace, which is fun. And then, of course, he can ride. There's a peg hole here for his feet. And so he can ride on there. Whether he's, you know, going down a hill and just using it as like a sleigh, or if you connect it onto the other vehicle, he can kind of... And you can see here that there's these, like... I don't want to say controls, because it doesn't really seem like controls, to be honest, but there's somewhere for him to grab onto. And maybe he can use that to kind of steer or position or swing it around, depending on where he fires it. But I think that's cool. I like that he can ride it, he can grab on, and it has a place to hold his weapon. I think that's really fun. And then this guy comes with a trap, which is another kind of sleigh type thing that can be connected to one of the larger vehicles. You can see that that's right there. It's kind of just like this large, again, the wood grain is molded in there. And it's just kind of this ice trap built onto these skis so that if someone would step on this, it closes up around them. And it's kind of cool because there is a peg right here so that you could peg in someone's feet if you can get it to peg in. There you go, I did it. I pegged it in before it went off, and then you just push down, and oh, he gets caught. Obviously, I don't think the trap is meant for Yetis. It's a Yeti trap built for humans. But there's nowhere for him to peg on the back, but I think that makes sense because if it's a trap, you're going to kind of leave it set somewhere, and he's not going to stand there and wait for someone to get caught in the trap because that would kind of be a dead giveaway. Next up, we have the Yeti Mountain Guide. And this guy's really cool. This whole thing is a giant backpack, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off. And you can see underneath he has like a hat with the tails to keep his ears warm, which is fun. Head can move from side to side. Standard shoulder articulation and wrist swivel. Movement at the waist. So I think that's cool. So he has all these effects. He has obviously the giant gear with the backpack. He's got 2 snowshoes, which you can go ahead and just peg right onto his feet. So there you go. He's ready to do some snow walking. And then he's got a little campfire that he can huddle up to for when it gets cold. And then he's got a sleeping bag, which you just go ahead and feed him into this. And there you go. He is in his sleeping bag, ready to stay warm for the night, hopefully. Might even want to close this over his head if it gets super cold. But he has to breathe, so leave it open a little bit. But that's neat. I think that's fun. But what's even cooler is you can take the backpack, and I find it a little bit easier to start with this, and definitely try to do it while he's not wearing it. But you can take the fire log and stick this in underneath here, and you can see that when it's in the backpack, it hides the fire, so it just looks like a spare log. And you just have to be careful because that flame is obviously still on there. So you have to get it in there, but make sure it's not going to impede putting the character back in. And then you can take the sleeping bag and roll that up like this. And then come over here, and these come out. And then you just put this underneath. And pop this in and pop that in. And now he's got his sleeping bag stowed. And you can even peg the snowshoes onto the back. So I think that's really cool. I love the fact that everything can fit inside the backpack, and then you just slide the backpack back on. And then he's ready to go carrying everything. If you want, you can just take his snowshoes off, and he might use them to get up the mountain, and then maybe he has to make camp for the night so he can pull out his fire log and his sleeping bag. But I think that's really neat. I love the fact that everything can fit in the backpack. It's a really nice touch. So I think this theme is pretty cool. I didn't really know much about it at first, and then I kind of saw a couple of videos online, and I thought it looked really neat, so I decided to get a couple, and now I'm trying to collect the whole theme because this is a really cool line. I love the Yetis. I love how they all have their individualistic looks to kind of give them personality. And this little set here is so fun, the way everything folds into the backpack. So I think all three of these are really cool. If I had to pick my favorite out of these three, it'd be really tough. I think maybe this one, just because it has the spot to hold the club and he can ride it and it fires and it's all very self-contained. But I really love the Yeti from this one and his club. The trap's very cool too. I mean, this guy's really cool too, but the Yetis are, I think, cooler than any human figure. That's going to happen. But in any case, all three sets are great. If you want them, definitely head to Target because they are exclusive to Target. So that is where you're going to have to look for these. But very cool, very fun sets. Really excited. Yeah, they're great. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share the video, and please subscribe. I hope you guys have enjoyed this look at the Ice Cannon Sleigh, Yeti Trap, and Yeti Mountain Guide from the Imaginext Yeti theme. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.